joining me for your September Astro Tarot reading. I am shuffling the Neo Tarot. I used it last month and I'm not quite finished with it. I love it. So I'm going to be using it again. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and for choosing me outside of YouTube for your private readings. I love what I do and I appreciate you. If you haven't already done so, please consider following me on Instagram, trying to build my following at Audrey Alison _astrology tarot. All right, Scorpio, let's start with our full moon on September 14th at 21 degrees of Pisces. This is a brother-sister water sign like you, so this full moon will trine your planetary placements that you have in Scorpio. This can assist in closure of the romance sector, the 5th house. So some of you are putting together some dating situations or putting together. Some of you are putting together a group date, putting to bed or putting to rest some dating situations that didn't work out, or someone that you were with, or an end to one of your creative projects. Sometimes when there's a full moon in the 5th house, you have too many irons in the fire and you can't accomplish all things. So you're limiting certain projects or removing certain deadlines from your plate. Also, kids returning to school, the 5th house of children, and closure here could see children going away to colleges and moving away at a distance. Additionally, on the 14th, both Mercury and Venus on September 14th transit into Libra. So Mercury is there through October 3rd, and Venus is there through October 8th. In the 12th house, the Libra is the sign just before Scorpio. So this is the very quiet sector of release and endings and behavioral patterns and addictions. With Mercury in the 12th house, this is the sector also of dreams, the quiet life, the REM sleep, your intuition, your clairvoyance, your psychic ability. Everyone has it. Some people are more in tune than others, and some people have worked their whole life to increase their abilities. But some people, even when never asking for it, wake up with the feeling of, whoa, was that dream a reality? Or was that deja vu? Or is that a sign? Or is that a message? Mercury, the communication planet, in a 12th house could inspire communication through dream activity, a download, a navigation, a tool to help lead you in your life path. On the 18th of September, Saturn goes direct at 13 degrees of Capricorn in your communication sector. There has been some limited speech for Scorpio here, maybe holding back, saying everything that you are feeling. Saturn is limitation and restructuring and discerning. And the 3rd house is the neighborhood, the siblings, the communication, writing, public speaking, local travel, and teaching and smaller studies. So Scorpio might not be as interested in the neighborhood picnic, the neighborhood Labor Day picnic like everybody else would be. There's some kind of I want to say limit or cap onto how much participation you're going to be taking in social situations in the neighborhood or even in the connection with your siblings. I think you have reached a limit in some way on some of this, on this connecting. So if you've had discord with a brother or sister, this is still carrying on in September. I think keeping yourself at a distance is healthy, especially if there's harsh communication or negativity being delivered your way. On the 21st, circle this date regarding a risky date for money. And what's happening is that there's an aspect, a square, between Jupiter in Sagittarius and Neptune in Pisces at an exact 17 degrees, where there's an energy of not seeing things clearly between the 2nd house of money and the 5th house of risk-taking or gambling. this is not a day for a casino in any shape or form. Things are not clear, and there's a fantasy illusion here. Delusion of grandeur could happen. This could also be defined as pouring too much money into a creative project and not leaving enough for your own maintenance. Or, I'm sorry, I'm tripping on my words. I'm trying to assess everything my mind is getting right now. And it's jumbling up right here before it comes out. So here's how this could apply. You don't want to, how do I say this? You don't want to take too much of a risk in pouring in money into one creative area, or even towards the kids, the fifth house, because you won't get it all back, or you won't see the return like you're hoping. You're not seeing the analysis correctly. There's an illusionary wool over the eyes attempt here on the 21st. So decisions shouldn't be made regarding your finances on that day. Long story long. Shouldn't make any money calls that day, and you shouldn't take a risky gamble that day on projects, at the casino, or on your children. On the 23rd, and I wouldn't deal with sports and money on that day either. Sports betting shouldn't be done on the 21st. Something's not clear, and you could risk too much money. On the 23rd, the sun enters Libra, so no more summer, no more favorite season of mine, but now we enter the autumnal equinox with the sun in Libra in this 12th house where both Mercury and Venus are hanging out. Additionally, on the 28th, we have our new moon here in Libra at 0 degrees in the 12th house. There's a very quiet time for you, Scorpio, in this time frame of September to really get a hold of a master plan internally. Not outward communication about what you're doing, but devising a quiet plan. That's the new moon and the sun in the 12th house of privacy and the subconscious mind. Dreaming up a new goal and a new direction could be happening for Scorpio. Remaining positive in your endeavors with the sun in the 12th house. Stay positive in the mind. I know that the mind runs on its own and you hear all things, both positive and negative, but you are not your mind. You are a soul detached from the mind that has to navigate around what the mind constantly tells you. There's a ton of restorative energy available to you in your 12th house. And some of you have to dig deeper into your past in the month of September to heal old wounds, or to find peace and comfort with a part of your past. And that past could be coming up with the new moon in the 12th as well. You could be reminded, or there is a nostalgia in that area. Mars is in Virgo the whole month, and that impacts your internet presence and your keen ability to get involved in higher technological devices. I'm tripping all over my tongue today. This thing's a beast. So Mars is action and energy, and the 11th house is goals, technology, friendships, and social connections, and social media. So there's action in that area for Scorpio and Scorpio rising. Please watch your ascendant and your moon sign for a full dose of the cosmos for the month. Scorpio, here are your cards. Scorpio, for the month of September. I do want to tell you I am running a special from August 30th through September 2nd for Labor Day, the Labor Day weekend. If you purchase a 45-minute reading with me, which is $130, you'll receive a full 60-minute Astro Tarot reading, which is normally $165. So if you haven't had a reading, this is the time to do it. We could get into it and go over the remaining months of the year. All right, Scorpio, here are your cards for the month. Wow. So this is not the first sign that this has come up for, and it's not the first sign this has come up for first. So the Eight of Swords is here to say Saturn is direct. This is about limitation, restriction, and all things Saturn, really. And it is that card of what your mind is telling you, where you might feel stuck or trapped. But again, it is just the mind. I don't think any of you are watching this trapped underground somewhere. So you're not really trapped. Everything is a temporary feeling. Queen of Wands. This is a fire sign female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or rising sign. And this is a very high realm of creativity when that card appears, and independence. So some of you are thinking of doing things on your own in career or for your life path. You're wanting to form a more independent road. Let's see. Well, this is your card. Death. This is the card of Scorpio. So I don't want to take that too literally. I don't see the Ten of Swords here. But you do have the Five of Coins, which is a card of lack, mental lack, telling yourself you don't have enough to do something. Oh, I would do this, but I don't have enough money just yet. That kind of thought is hindering you. And it's time to make some changes. When I see this card, I feel like change is inevitable, and it matters to me what it looks at. So change is facing the self-deprecation or the negativity of you thinking you're coming from a place of lack. You need to switch that up. You can lie to yourself in the mind and say, money flows to me effortlessly. Prosperity surrounds me every day in every way. And tell yourself a different tune. Now you have the Knight of Coins. And then there is the prosperity, the protection of your health and wealth. I like this outfit. Yo, I really would want to wear that. That is really adorable. Okay, so the protection of your health and wealth, security. And when I see that too, I feel like, and it's touching that death card, you could double check the security systems around your home, the property boundary or the alarms in the home, even the fire alarms, the smoke detectors, things like that should be rechecked in September. And then you have the Ace of Coins. Look how beautiful. There's a new source of health and wealth available to you, Scorpio. Just have some patience with yourself. And, you know, sometimes this feeling leads to this because the friction created in a situation where you're truly unhappy leads to change, which leads to a new opportunity. I hope this was helpful for you. I am wishing you a beautiful month of September. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.